So let's start off here. Anytime you see this blue text or blue font, let me move this over here. That means that it's a definition, right, or vocabulary. If you look down at the bottom of the slides, it does actually give you the reference, if there is some type of reference for it. So in this case, this is a reference to the PMBOK 6th edition in the glossary. You can find this definition there. Out of curiosity too, Karen and James, do you guys have a copy of the PMBOK 6th edition? You have it, James? Okay, that's good. Karen, you have yours? Oh yeah, electronically. I think you can get that through PMI, so okay, great. It's the same, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, it's the exact same information, just not a physical copy. So you can look in the glossary if you want to look at any definitions and terms. So as far as project teams, just remember here we are in the people domain when we're talking about this, okay? So the success of projects depends on the people involved. And behind every successful project is a great team. So to make sure that you get and keep the best possible team for your project requires careful planning, a good working environment, and negotiating for the best people that you can find, as well as keeping the team motivated and dealing with any conflicts that will inevitably happen along the way. So project teams can include, obviously, the project manager, right, which typically does, the budgeting, the scheduling, any communication or risk management, things like that. That's kind of high level what they would work on. You have the project staff. So those are the people who perform the work of the course, the work to create actual deliverables that will be part of the project. You could have a supporting expert, a subject matter expert, something like that. They could also be part of the team. A lot of times they'll help with developing the project management plan, and they could be people like, maybe legal or engineers or even like a tester, somebody in the testing area. You can also have users or customer representatives, and they're going to provide typically the requirements and also accept any deliverables from the project. You can also have sellers on your team, which would be an external company typically that's going to provide that product or service that you might need for the project. And then also, it's important to note that team members are also stakeholders, but not all stakeholders are part of the project team. And we'll go into that a bit more as we go through, and get into our discussion around stakeholders. So all team members are stakeholders, but not all stakeholders are part of the project team. So as part of project resource management, you want to make sure that you're going to want to estimate, acquire, and manage teams of people. You're going to go through estimation of what other resources you might need to carry out the work. So for example, if you need some computers or you need software to, for the developers to be able to do the work that they need to do, they need a license for it or something, then you would, you need to be able to do the estimation for that piece of it. You're also going to obtain the people in your project resource management, right? That's where you're going to actually get the people on your team. Once you get them, you develop them, and you help improve any of their competencies. If they need some type of training or new skill or something to be able to do the work on the project, this is where that would happen. You'd also facilitate any interactions that they would have, help them be able to communicate with each other and with other stakeholders, and then also create that effective environment for the team, build the trust and, make sure that everybody, feels like their voice is being heard, they have buy-in, and that they're able to make contributions to the team. And then also, you're going to track team performance, and you're going to create and also execute any improvements based on feedback that you get as you're going through. This is where you would resolve issues and also manage any type of changes to the project team. If you have, say for example, you have a resource that's lined up, and then for whatever reason, maybe they have to get moved to a different project, or they're going to be out of the office for a while. Is there somebody else that would be available to do the work, and have them, you'd go in and kind of track that change as well.